Give us a sense on the ground how it feels down there. From a distance, it feels like Roy Moore's campaign is really almost falling apart.
I mean, that's not the feeling that you get from watching him up on stage. He had an event on Saturday. There were about several dozen Republicans there who applauded him when he said that these allegations coming 40 years later, deep into my political career, are unbelievable. People applauded. We saw Republican men and women saying that, you know, the timing of these allegations are suspicious. And the Roy Moore campaign has said that their standing in the polls has not changed, despite 2 polls over the weekend showing that, in fact, his support is dropping among women, his support is dropping among evangelicals, and the JMC poll, which correctly predicted the runoff election, showing him down by 4.
So the Senate Majority Leader is denouncing him. Give us a brief analysis of who's supporting Roy Moore at this point and who's actually distancing themselves from him.
Right now, Alabama Republican leaders are standing by Roy Moore, and it's the national Republicans, people in the Senate, people like Mitch McConnell, who are backing away from him. The problem is, if Mitch McConnell had any standing with Alabama Republican voters, then Luther Strange would be the nominee in this race. So the fact that McConnell is saying, oh, Senator Strange should do a write-in campaign, polling shows that a write-in campaign with Senator Strange would just split the vote and lead to Senator Doug Jones. Meanwhile, Luther Strange lost in part because he was seen as a puppet of Mitch McConnell.
So, Arit, another problem is there more to come? We have Gloria Allred now announcing that just over an hour from right now, she's going to have a news conference here in New York where she says she's going to have yet another accuser about sexual assault, is what's said. What happens if there's more? Is the Republican Party in Alabama still going to stay with him?
It's hard to say. I think that it's a little bit different when you see an article, like quotes in an article, versus like seeing a woman on camera describing what happened to her, what she says happened to her. The problem is that a lot of Alabama voters who are standing by Moore, they see these allegations and they wonder, when he was running for governor, where were these ones? When he was running for XYZ position, where were they? Meanwhile, people who sort of believe these women are pointing to the fact that Harvey Weinstein and all these other powerful men who've been brought down by scores of women saying, he did this to me, he did this to me. And there's sort of like a shift in our culture where women feel more comfortable stepping forward.